It's crazy because I was trying to make this video and it just shut off on me. So this video, I want to talk about how connecting with God is your birthright, right? But before I get into that, I was just like, I'm just waking up more and more, and God's showing me more how this world is being operated and how every single one of us were set up to fail. The best thing you can do is connect with God, of course, but the best thing, what you should be doing, how do I say this? You should be aware of how this world's being operated. You should be aware why everything is happening, why things are the way they are. To have that awareness is freedom. Some people may get upset, and I totally understand. But I rather live knowing what's going on than just living in ignorance, lack of knowledge, being dependent on others, having to constantly fear for my life, worry about the future, live in fear, anger, sadness, pain for the rest of my life. I'd rather fight and die for my freedom than live like that. And it's so sad how we weren't taught the most important thing, which is connecting with God. We're being taught things that, not saying are not useful, but the most important thing that we should have been taught, because it is your birthright, it's my birthright, it's all of our birthright, to connect with God. God is the one who's supposed to be leading us, guiding us, and teaching us. And we weren't taught that because we were being set up to fail. Do you know how powerful you become when you connect with God? Nobody can play with you. Because if they try to play with you, they're playing with God. And you cannot play with God. You cannot do that. I didn't learn how to connect with God until now. At the age of 29. 29 years of living in fear, lack, pain, suffering, anger, anxiety, worry. Imagine living like that for the rest of your life, not knowing what's going on. Not knowing why you feel this way. A lot of people feel like they're going insane because they're not aware of what's happening around the world. We're constantly being controlled and manipulated. We're being pushed down and kept down just so we can be controlled. Who wouldn't go crazy? It's like you're stuck in a box. They're keeping us in a box. And there's so many traps set for us to not get out. The best thing you can do for yourself, it doesn't matter what age you are. It does not matter. You don't want to die living like this, feeling like you can't do anything, feeling like you can't do what you want to do. No, that's not how God created us. That's not how this is supposed to go. Wake up. Pay attention to what's happening. Everything is just control. No one has control over you but God. Don't fear anything that happens. Even if everything is taken away from you, you still shouldn't be afraid. God's trying to show you something. You don't need to depend on other people. You don't. Depend on someone for your life? Are you kidding me? Where's the freedom in that? Connect with God. Learn how to connect with God. The way to do that is to start talking to God. Start praying. Be patient with God. God's patient with you. God's waiting for you to talk to him. God's waiting for you to come to him so he can finally help you and show you what's happening. Show you how controlled you've been. Show you how those in power in this world are using fear to keep you in control. They want to keep you scared. How do you control someone? By scaring them. When people are scared, they're going to do whatever you want. You're holding something against them that they value. Yeah, people value their homes. Everyone is, we're all spoiled. We have markets with food. We can easily just go to a supermarket to get food. We can easily just... Everything is easily accessible and fast, and that's done on purpose to keep us dependent. Because look at what happens when those things slowly start being taken away. Everyone freaks out. They're like, what do I do? How do I get food? That's the point. So you can go back and depend on them so they can keep you in control. We should all be learning how to do things by ourselves. We should learn how to hunt. Even though I'm against that because I love animals. We should all learn how to garden, grow our own fruits, build our own homes, take care of our own lands. That's how it should be, the natural way, not all this extra stuff. They made us very comfortable to depend on it. Yeah, it feels good to have to just go somewhere and then have everything accessible to you. Yeah, that's amazing. That's what makes you dependent. This is not how we should be living. So break free from that. If you're always scared and worried about the future, it's because you are under control. They're using fear to keep you under control. It's not real. The more I let go, the more I realize I don't need any of this stuff. I got God. God supplies me and provides me with everything I need. And I was at the park the other day. I was in some woods, actually. And I was having a blast. I loved it. And I started to realize, I'm like, do we even need food? I was thinking, I'm like, can't we just feed off of nature, air, water, sun? Because when I'm out in the woods, I don't have any hunger, no cravings. I just feel good. I feel like I can just sit in the woods in nothingness, stillness, and be fine. I don't know. It's a lot. It goes very deep. But connect with God. That's how you free yourself, is to connect with God. No one has control over you. That's not how God wants us to live. God does not want you to live in fear. God does not want you dependent on anyone but him. God has the power. God has the power. That's why everything is collapsing. Because it's not good. It's hurting people. If it's not doing anything good, then it's not gonna last. It's just not. But yeah. Teach your kids. Teach your friends. Share with your friends about God. If you see someone who's freaking out and going crazy, be like, relax. You're fine. You got God. You think God wants you to feel scared? You think God wants you to feel worried? No, why would God want... Are you kidding me? Why would God want that? So, none of this is real. You're fine. Take care.